Spent the last 2 years thinking I lost this poem, so I'm going to make an audio video recording of it and share it. For those of you who do the SCA medieval reenactment with me, this is the poem that I wrote when my Laurel Master, Maz, first met me and challenged me to show him what Michael gave me. And I performed this at Bardi Gras, the big damn-stick competition that night. I wrote it that day, and it is not period. It's 33 rhyming couplets with no iambic beat, as far as I know. Meow. I had a dream upon the eve that I came out to this war. It came in such peculiar way and haunts me evermore. I fell into a forest glen and heard a startled bleat. Quick now, child, we've not much time. Rise on your own feet. I obeyed his warm command and looked upon his face, a golden ram with kind old eyes and laurels in their place. He led me through the woods in silence. I knew not where I was. We emerged in a harvest field with an emerald sky above. A woman stooped and gathered fruit, strawberries big and sweet. But when I saw her grim hooded face, I fell down at her feet. For death now stood before me with a burden of reddest blood, but she only laughed and hefted me up and threw back her hood. I've come not to claim you, child, nor to do you foul, but this night is for stories, and we have many here to tell. We went on 3 and 3, the ram guiding my way, until we strode onto a beach with a ship docked in the quay. 1,000 people standing tall laughed and milled about, but when the closest caught sight of us, he gave a jubilant shout. They've come, he cried, and ushered us to the fire pit. They brought out cushions, food, and drink, and begged that we would sit. The ram pressed into my hand a band of solid gold, and said it represented all the tales that he had told. I'll go first, proclaimed a man with rings around his crown, and told me of his parents and the primordial things they'd spawn. And so the gods, titans, and giants, for that is what they were, told me tales of old creation, and I clung to every word. So seated round a fire pit that glowed azure, not red, they told me well of all their days, and why each one was dead. With every tale the golden band grew fast around my finger, thin, until a ring of gold and lore was in my very skin. As the revelry wore on and the stories wound to a close, the ram arose and begged a ship so he could ferry me home. Through much protest and fond farewells, we headed for the mast. The ram vowed he'd return to death after he'd finished his task. They put us on a Viking ship and set us out to sea. The ram bound his head and calmed the waves so they wouldn't frighten me. He sang a song, long and slow, as we traveled o'er the waves, and as we passed I noticed how they rose to look like graves. He soothed my fears and questions and bade me rest my head, and like Shalott or Perseus, I made the ship my bed. The ram continued with his song as thunder sounded ker-crack, and as I drifted back to sleep, I knew there was no going back. I awoke with Helios and began to weep. I turned and tried so desperately to return to my sleep. Now I idle glumly through the day and hurry to my bower, and strive to find my dream again with my every earthly power. But friends and fellows, kith and kin, as I hope we are, don't weep for me, don't mourn my dreams, or drown woes at the bar. I remember in clarity each tale that I was told, from first to last, future and past, and I treasure them like gold. I'll weave a tale for all of you upon Arachne's loom, and sing of glory of Amun-Ra and Nordic people's dooms. I come not hence to gain your favor or gain your adoration. We came here, one and all, to gather in celebration. Glory to the victor, glory to the fighters, glory to the king and queen, and glory to those who came before and gave us all we need. So cheer, madmen, and shout, wild women, and let us carry on, for every second not spent in revels is another second gone. Pour Bacchus wine and Sekhmet's mead, and raise a drinking horn, and when you're weighed with boredom, ask for yarn of Norns. Ask for songs of warriors, and every dragon tale. Give a shout, and we'll come out, your bards will never fail. I had a dream upon the eve that I came out to war. We'd had so many memories, so come, let's make some more. And if I've made you weep or laugh or cheer or choke or grin, I've done my job and hopefully you'll let me do it again.